thought it would be easy, but the Mets roar back with 4 runs in the first. Bottom of the second, New York leads 4-3. Dave Magadan takes one down the first base line for a double. Vince Coleman scores. Greg Jeffries comes home as well. The Mets lead 6-3. Top of the fourth, New York up 8-5. Gooden hits Doug DeCenzo in the back with a pitch. So what do you think happened when Gooden stepped to the plate in the fifth? Chuck McElroy goes inside on Gooden. Home plate umpire Steve Ripley warns McElroy on the Cubs bench. Joe Altobelli argues, and he gets tossed. The Mets flipped the Cubs the final 8-6. Gooden won his 11th consecutive decision over Chicago, dating back to August 9th, 1987. His overall mark against the Cubs improves to 23-3. Chicago's Ryne Sandberg, who left the game in the third inning with a bruised arch in his left foot, is being listed as day-to-day. The National League East and the proud possessors of the best record in baseball. But the Cardinals needed their full attention. The Birds had knocked out 31 hits and knocked in 21 runs in their last 2 games. And the Bucks were hoping to stem the tide. A picturesque night in Pittsburgh with the Pirates hosting the Cards. Bottom of the second, the struggling Barry Bonds struggles no more. This Jamie Moyer pitch lofted into right field. Bonds' home run put the Bucks up on the board. John Smiley had a good night picking off runners. Felix Jose on first. He heads for second. Smiley nails him. He picked off 2 runners, and the third was safe on a bad throw by Gary Reedus. Now, what's it like to be an ump, you ask? Oh.
Breaking ball.
Bob Davidson took this one off his mask. He was all right, but that had to hurt. Third inning, Barry Bonds protected the ump this time by cranking another Moyer pitch. This one into the right field stands. The Pirates stopped St. Louis 5-3. John Smiley improves to 6-1 with the win. Smiley did not post his 6th victory last season until August 17th. Bonds, who homered in 2 successive trips to the plate, hadn't had an extra base hit in 59 at-bats at home this season.
Well, while the Pirates continue to rule the East, the Dodgers find themselves on top of the West by a half game over Atlanta. L.A. remained on top of the West despite dropping Game 1 of their series in Houston on Monday. Now, the Dodgers figured to be blue again after Game 2 Tuesday. That's because Mark Portugal was starting for the Astros. He had won 9 straight at the Astrodome. So, yeah, Mark Portugal is hot. Who's cold? Darryl Strawberry. Entering the game, batting just .216. Is he cold? He's frozen on that pitch. Scoreless. Top of the third, and Portugal gets him again. Oh, just another ho-hum K in the Astrodome, but Portugal would leave sick after 5 innings, and if he wasn't sick then, this would get him sick, his relievers. That was Darryl off Jim Corsi, and then in the 7th inning, his next at bat, the straw man smokes Dwayne Henry. 2 2-run homers on the night for Darryl Strawberry. Dodgers win it 7-3. Strawberry's 2 home runs matched his season total going into the game. Bob Ojeda, that's the way he likes his name pronounced now, lasted 6 innings for his 3rd win of the year. So the Braves needed a win at home against the Padres to remain a half game out of first. Top of the fourth, 1 on, 1 out. Padres trailing 1-0. Tony Gwynn goes the opposite way off Charlie Leibrandt. The RBI double makes it a 1-1 ball game. Dave Justice thinks he's got a hit here, but look at the effort by Kevin Ward. We remain tied at 1 until the bottom of the 9th, 2 men on. And friends, that's your ball game because that's Ron Gant's 6th homer of the year. A 3-run shot off Steve Rosenberg, and the Braves win it 4-1. Rich Rodriguez, making his first major league start for the Padres, gives up just 2 hits in 5 innings. The Braves end up with just 4 hits overall, but that's all they needed to break San Diego's 3-game winning streak.
The struggling San Francisco Giants went 3-7 during their 10-game homestand last week, so they were probably looking forward to last weekend's 4-game series in Montreal. But the change of venue did not help the Giants one bit. They dropped 3 of 4 to the Expos, running their Major League worst road record to 4-14. Tuesday brought another change of locale, the beginning of a 3-game set in Cincinnati, and what the Giants were hoping would be a change of pace. But no, the Reds slipped past San Francisco 3-2, the 4th consecutive loss for the Giants, who are 12-26 and 14 games under 500 for the first time since their 100-loss 1985 season. In Montreal, the Expos shut out the Phillies 3-0 for their 4th straight victory. Dennis Martinez tossed a 5-hitter, his 2nd shutout of the season, and his 3rd complete game.
Up next on SportsCenter, we'll check out the junior circuit, including a look at the Mariners, continuing to chart new waters. Trailing 1-0 behind Seattle, but Kansas City's Mike McFarland gets it right back for the Royals. 3rd homer of the year. We're tied at 1. It was 2-1 Royals in the 5th. Tracy Jones, a sacrifice bunt. Kevin Apier, where are you throwing it? Alvin Davis scores. Jones would go to third. He would later score, and the Mariners would take a 3-2 lead. Until the 8th, when Brian McRae singles off starter Bill Kruger. That ties the ball game at 3. And then Warren Cromartie, who was 1 for 8 as a pinch hitter, oh, he's 2 for 9 now. Scoring McRae, the Royals win it by the score of 4-3. Kevin Apier snaps a personal 5-game losing streak as the Royals win for only the 7th time in their last 22 games. Toronto looked to make it 2 in a row over the A's in Oakland, top of the 4th. Kirk Dressendorfer, 2 straight 4 outings, and you can make it a 3rd. Greg Myers, the 3-run double. Blue Jays lead at 6-0 after 3.5. Dressendorfer yanked after allowing 6 runs. Bottom of the 5th, Jose Canseco, who earlier hit a solo homer. Jim Acker gets him looking there. Jays lead 6-3. When top of the 6th, can do, can't do on that ball from Devon White, the triple. Blue Jays go up 8-3. And you see the final score. Blue Jays win it 11-7. Acker the winner, Dressendorfer the loser. And Devon White, as we mentioned and showed you, the 2-run triple. Mookie Wilson 3 for 5, 2 RBI on the night.
The Boston Red Sox are 4-9 whenever they score fewer than 3 runs. But when their batters are hot, putting 6 or more on the board, Boston's close to being unbeatable, something the Brewers learned the hard way Tuesday night at Fenway. Second inning, Dana Kicker on the mound delivers to Dante Bichette, and Kicker probably wishes he had this one back. With 2 on board, Bichette goes yard. Milwaukee is up by 3. The Brewers were up 5-0 in the 3rd. Jim Hunter pitching to his very first batter, Tom Brunansky, who says hello and goodbye to this one. A 3-run blast, capping a 6-run inning. The Sox led 6-5. Just 2 batters later, Hunter hits Tony Pena in the thigh, as you might expect. Pena was a bit perturbed. No punches were thrown, however, and no one was ejected, and Boston went on to beat Milwaukee 10-6. So the Red Sox improved to 16-2 when they've scored 6 or more runs. Mike Greenwell went 4 for 4 with 3 RBI. Boston's 10 runs and 14 hits were both season high. The Rangers needed a win over the Twins to keep the Major League's longest current winning streak intact. Bottom of the 3rd, Kirby Puckett up with Bobby Witt on the hill. Puckett cranks one straight away into center field. This is his 5th tater of the year. The Twins lead at 3-1. Top of the 4th, hot-hitting Steve Buechele facing Kevin Tapani. Dan Gladden watches as it flies into the seats. Buechele's 3rd home run in the last 3 games. This one tied the score at 3. Top of the 8th, Steve Bedrosian pitching with runners in the corners. Brian Harper uncorks a wild throw that allows Buechele to score what turned out to be the game-winning run. The Rangers top the Twins 6-5, tying a Texas team record with 8 straight victories. Bobby Witt, who won for the first time since April 18th, gave up 5 walks and leads the American League with 48. The Rangers have placed 44-year-old pitcher Nolan Ryan on the 15-day disabled list. Ryan underwent magnetic resonance imaging test, which confirmed that he has tendinitis in his right shoulder. The injury is not considered to be serious. It will be treated with medication and exercise. Jim?
Well, in other American League news, after starting the season 0-4, California's Jim Abbott has turned in 3 straight victories, including a shutout his last time out. Abbott was on the hill in Anaheim Tuesday, facing Chicago's Alex Fernandez, who was winless in his last 4 starts, and Abbott wins his 4th straight. Bobby Thigpen for Chicago, his 3rd blown save this season, as California wins at 4-2. Wally Joyner 0 for 3, ending his 16-game hitting streak. The Angels have now won 4 straight, 6 of their last 7. Meanwhile, New York, Cleveland beats New York by the score of 5-2. Albert Bell, 2 doubles.